With several virtual programs to honor former President Nelson Mandela's legacy. The museum, which is usually a hive of activity during this period, will be closed in line with the COVID-19 regulations. However, two exhibitions, namely Freedom and the Mandela Quilt, will be virtually launched as part of honoring his legacy, and these will be used as traveling exhibitions. Our reporter Nkululeko Nyembezi is in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape, where the museum has already kickstarted its Mandela Day program in a true Madiba style by giving food to the less fortunate around the city. And we cross over to him right now. Nkululeko, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Happy Mandela Day. Take us through what's happening over there.
Thank you very much, Simpiwa. Yes, of course, we are coming live from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape, an iconic town where Nelson Mandela was born, not far from where we are right now at Mvezo village. And then he moved to Mqhekezweni. But today we are talking about a social activist, a philanthropist, a politician whose mission was to make sure that racial discrimination and equality is amongst the top priorities that he wanted to achieve. But now we are joined by the Nelson Mandela Museum, Mthatha, who's going to explain to us about the programs that they are rolling out today. Can you just briefly explain to us what are the programs, and then why have you chosen to target those who are on the street?
Thank you very much. Good morning to you and the viewers. Yes, the Nelson Mandela Museum is celebrating the life and times of Tatu Nelson Mandela. And also, we're also celebrating our 20th anniversary as the museum. We have got so many programs that are aligned to the birthday of Tatu Nelson Mandela. But due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to devise means and be able to come up with other programs that will abide by the rules of lockdown. We are now spending our 67 minutes feeding the poor a soup kitchen for breakfast and lunch. We have decided to come here and be part of Ibandla lasemthini because it's one of our values, the value of Ubuntu. So we always live the values of Tatu Nelson Mandela and preserve his legacy. We will be celebrating the whole day today, spending from 7 o'clock we're here until 1 o'clock feeding the poor. And in the afternoon, we'll be having an online public deliberation where we will be discussing more in depth of the socio-economic impact of this COVID-19 pandemic, where we will be hosted on Zoom platform in a live broadcast with Ngesi TV, Digital TV and SAFM. We have got so many guests that will be partaking on the debate itself, or rather the dialogue, which is we'll be having Dr. Bonge Dumisa, who will be focusing more on the economic impact of the country. We'll be having also Dr. Mngomezulu, who will be analyzing politically how has this COVID-19 pandemic affected politically and economically. And we are also can't run away from the fact that the country has having problems with facing the issue of this pandemic. So we have also invited the clinical psychologist who is going to be part of us, which is Umama Upapama Mkhalipi, and Dr. Kumalo, who is an archivist in KwaZulu-Natal.
Okay, let's talk about, for sure, the lockdown has a negative impact as far as the tourism is concerned. Can you just maybe briefly explain to us how bad is the situation now that there are no tourists who are coming to this part of the world?
Yes, you know that the Nelson Mandela Museum is always having tourists internationally and locally. Now that we are closed temporarily, there are problems that we are facing because they can't be able to come and view the exhibitions in our museum. However, we do have programs that are planned. We have got a virtual tour, a Google virtual tour, where you can view it through our website. It shows all the exhibitions that are within the Nelson Mandela Museum. It starts where Utata was born, taking us through until the time for freedom. We also have different other programs. We know that we have one of our target visitors, or rather audience, are the grade 1s to grade 12 learners, especially the tertiary institutions for their research. So we're also having a new program that we are launching as well, which is called the e-legacy online classroom, where we are interacting with learners, teaching them the road to democracy, the history of Madiba, the history of the museum itself, and also the history of politics in South Africa. So there are many, many programs that now we are aligning them using the virtual space, which is the digital space. Without forgetting that today we will be launching as well our 2 exhibitions. One of it is called the Quilt exhibitions, the one that is made up of quilt items. It was given to Tata Mandela when there was preserving his legacy. We also have another one which is called the Freedom exhibition, where it's made of a collection of pictures and the interviews that were made by Qunu people and Mthatha and the surroundings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You remember that there is a Mandela Semtini that have been consistent in making sure that they are feeding the poor on the street, those people who are regarded as street kids. But let me go back to you to studio.
All right, Nkululeko, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate that. Was our reporter Nkululeko Nyembezi speaking to us live from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape.